Hey guys, it's Thinning Haley. I wanted to make a video about 3 topics, but I also put on my Snapchat if you wanted to send me a question, I would answer it in this video. So, although I'm 6 weeks out, there may be something you want to ask me about my personal life or whatever, so I'm not saying like I know everything because I definitely don't. But I'm going to start with the questions that I got from Snapchat, and then I'm going to talk about the 3 things. So the first thing that stumped me when she asked me was Jazzy, my friend, asked me a bunch of questions, and the first one was, what keeps you focused and motivated? And when I read it, I was like, I don't know, you know? I have dedicated my life to this. Like, everything I do revolves around my weight loss or my diet or my restriction or my workout routine. Everything I do, everything. I've dedicated my life. I don't know. One thing my aunt pointed out, because I asked her, I was like, what do you think motivates me? I don't know. It's not one thing. She said, I think what motivates you now is that you have so much support. And she pointed out that I have so much more family support than most people. There's not one single person in my family that is not only okay with it, but like over the moon supportive. So I think the support of that keeps me from, if I wanted to quit, I couldn't anyway, because they're all would be on my butt about it. So that's one thing. Another thing is I really want this so bad, and I want it. There's nothing that I want more right now in my life than to be successful at this. Another thing is I've put a lot of money into this journey, and when you put money and time into something, it's just like when you have a car. You put money into that every month if you have a car note. Are you just going to not change the oil and not get new tires when you need them? No, I paid for my surgery. I put money into my body, and I'm going to take care of it. So I think that's another thing. Really just downright, I want this so bad. I want to be normal. I want to be skinny, or not skinny, a normal weight. I don't want to be the biggest person in the room. I want so much, and I'm going to get it. So anyway, that's 2 minutes in. That's the first question. The second question she had was, do I follow keto or keto, whatever, or do I do just low carb? What I've found out is that for me, my height, weight, and everything, keto requires me to have a fat consumption well over 100, closer to 200. And I'm not comfortable doing that as of right now. I'm not even sure I could do that. I don't know how I could possibly get that much fat. So I'm doing what Amber Hitchcock refers to as a modified keto diet. Low carb, high protein, higher fat, but not high fat. What a lighter me requires, or recommends rather, is under 50 fat, under 50 carb, over 70 protein. So I sort of follow that. I do 20 to 30 net carbs. And under 50 fat, and I typically, the average day, hang around 40, and hang around 25 for the carbs, and I always hit over 70 protein. That's my goal. I do not go to bed if I have not gotten 70 protein and 74 ounces of water. And that's another thing is, when I make something important in my life, if I make it a priority, it's a priority and it gets done. I make it a priority to take my vitamins twice a day. I make it a priority to get my protein in every day. I make it a priority to get my water in. It's not an option. It's not like, oh, I'm sick, I just can't keep fluids down. Like, it's not an option. It's not, oh, I slept all day and the day's almost gone. Well, then I'm staying up and drinking my water. I'm staying up and having a couple protein shakes. Like, I make them a priority, and I guess the type of person, when I make something a priority, like, it is a priority. You have to want it bad enough. Like, I do little things to help myself. I start drinking water as soon as I get up. I have 2 protein shakes a day most of the time. It doesn't bother me. I have one for breakfast, one for a mid-morning snack. That's 60 grams. My daily is 70. I help myself get almost there before I've even had food. I do things to help myself get my goals. I have prepackaged vitamins, so when I'm in the hurry in the morning, I just grab my vitamins, take them on the way to work. You have to make it a priority. If it's important to you, you'll make it happen. That wasn't even a question. Anyway, Jazzy asked, what is the biggest non-scale victory that I'm looking forward to? I don't know. I've been fat for so long. This video is just going to be long. I'm just going to have to get over it. I really don't know. I'm excited to be able to fit in a normal size tub for a towel to fit around me. Although, I'm going to keep using my towel dresses. Those things are amazing. I know I keep looking off. I'm sorry. I'm gonna look. Okay. Being able to share clothes with my mother and then my sister. Not having to wear plus size. I feel comfortable in my own skin, don't get me wrong, but being able to be confident and not awkward, like, I don't know, like when I was, before surgery, like I would feel awkward eating large amounts of food, and like people were looking at me because I was bigger, and, I don't know, there's just a lot of non-scale victories I'm looking forward to. Like, I feel like there's one every day. Like, not having as much of a double chin. I have a smaller one, but I still have one. Having a neck. I don't have a neck. Like, there's just so many. But the biggest one, I don't know. I really don't know. I'm just excited for everything that comes my way. I know it's not going to be easy, but those non-scale victories are the things that get you through. So, yeah. Being able to go skydiving, those will be some big adventures. Being able to buy one plane ticket on a plane, things like that, you know. But there's not one single one. I'm excited for all of them. The next thing was, what, I just wrote WLS, I didn't write anything else. What Jazzy wanted to know, what was the last straw for me, why I decided to have weight loss surgery. My aunt, that I always talk about, my Aunt Jan had weight loss surgery. She's had two, actually. She had the lap band and then the revision to the sleeve. So she's the person in my life that made me really, like, made me aware that weight loss surgery existed. Like, I knew it was out there, but I didn't, you know. So I asked my mom one night, you know, I have a video, actually, that'll be just this story. I have a video about why I had weight loss surgery, but a tidbit is one night I asked my mom and said, what if I had weight loss surgery like Dan? And she was like, what if you did? And I was expecting my mom to be like, what the hell? Like, are you joking? Because Jan had a hard time with hers. And she didn't respond that way. And then a couple weeks later, she let me know, because I'm a worrier. Like, I have anxiety really bad. It's not as bad since I've had surgery, actually. But I worry a lot, and I worry about my dad because he has a heart condition. He's had a heart attack. He's been robbed at gunpoint. He's had a lot of life events in the last 5 years, and I just worry about him a lot. And she told me that my dad worried about me and my weight, and it's like, duh, you were 400 pounds. Of course, you're his kid. He worried about you. But when she put it into words, it was just like a wake-up call for me, and I was like, how am I going to be worrying about my dad and his health when I'm the reason that he's stressed out? And that was kind of my light bulb. So I always say my dad is the reason I had weight loss surgery, or the reason that I decided to get on track. I kind of did some yo-yo dieting at the beginning of 2016 and slowly progressed my way to weight loss surgery. So the next thing from Jazzy was, how was my experience in Mexico? I'm going to make a detailed video about my experience with the lighter me. I'll say my journey in Mexico was 1 out of 10, an absolute 10. It was the best thing I've ever done for myself. I loved Mexico. I can't wait to go back. It was not filthy. It was not dangerous. I loved it, like absolutely loved it. And the reason I had such a good time, and it wasn't just like just surgery, it was a great experience, was a lighter me. That company is like the best of the best. Like if you had asked me my journey in Mexico, how was it if I'd gone through another company, it would not be the same. A lighter me is a step above. Like, I'm going to make a video about just lighter me and what my experience was like, but without a doubt, the best thing I've ever done and the best company there is. They're number one for a reason. Okay. Anyway, then Jazzy asked if I had any regret. No. As of right now, no. There's things that, like, I wish I hadn't cheated on the pre-op diet. I wish I had done more food funerals, like, things like that, but nothing that would, like, change my future too much. Next question, the hardest thing about weight loss surgery. I'm going to get into that with what this video is about. The next question was my favorite food. Pre-op and post-op, the same as sushi is always my favorite food no matter what, and same is true after surgery. Of course, I get it riceless now. Very good. And it's super healthy when you take the rice out. And then, I forgot who asked this. She wanted to know what my protein, fat, sugar, and carbs. I already answered that, but A lighter me recommends under 50 fat, under 50 carbs, over 70 protein, and I do that except for I do lower carbs because I do net carbs. I do 25 or 20 to 30, and I stick around 25 to 30. Yesterday I actually only had like 19 carbs, but the average day is 25 to 30. And I am also going to do a what I ate in a day video, so y'all be looking for that. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I don't know. And the other question she had was, do I watch my sugar and my sodium? I do not watch my sugar. I try to consume no sugar. I'm a Splenda girl, so anything that has sugar in it, I try to avoid. Like my protein shakes have Splenda. You know, sugar is a carb, so with me having lower carbs, I have lower sugar. So yeah, I don't eat much sugar at all. I guess under 20, I guess you could say. I don't know how you'd count that. Anyway, sodium, I try to keep under 2,000. That's just I think that's the average daily limit for anybody, though. Okay, so the reason for this video, 10 minutes in, I'm so sorry about the length, guys, if you're still watching. The biggest struggle so far, to answer Jazzy's question and to start what the video's about, is that I was a volume eater before surgery. I was a volume eater. I may have only eat twice a day. I wasn't a grazer, I wasn't a snacker, I wasn't a sweets person, I was a volume eater. I may only eat twice a day, but in one sitting I could have two, I could eat, at my highest, I could eat twice what a normal person could eat. Like, for instance, I'd go to Taco Bell and get like the $5 meal deal, which is supposed to be a meal, and then I'd get like a quesadilla and something else with it and eat all of it and drink all of the soda. And that brought me great pleasure. It wasn't what I was eating necessarily, it was the volume of it. And that's another part of like the mental part of it, of weight loss surgery and weight loss in general. So being a volume eater, I feel like it puts me at a disadvantage. Like if you're a sweet person, you can switch to Splenda, or you can have protein bars. Like there's things out there. Like having a volume eater get a sleeve or get the RNY, it's just like you're taking away their favorite part of it, you know? So adjusting to, of course when I eat I get full, but I've only had 3 bites. So physically I'm satisfied, but mentally I'm not. I want to eat more. I'm not eating more. I'm overcoming this struggle. I'm not succumbing to it, but it is a struggle. It is a struggle to be okay with eating in small amounts. And that's why I had this surgery, because like I said, my thing was not sweets. It was not even the amount. I mean, it wasn't even the quality of food. I love fruits and vegetables, but I would eat them in excess. I would eat everything in excess. So that's why I knew when I learned more about weight loss surgery and what it did, that was what it was going to take for me. And nobody asked this, but I'm going to answer it. Do I think that I would have ended up on my 600-pound life without this surgery now? Absolutely. Absolutely. Although I had maintained for a year or so, there was nothing from keeping me, you know, not a year or so. I've maintained the weight of the 390s for 4 years now. So, yes, I think I would have ended up on 600-pound life, but on the other hand, no, I don't think I would have. So I go back and forth on that. But anyway, so yeah, weight loss surgery was the thing for me. Don't regret it. Love it. I'm loving this journey. I'm really loving it. The next thing is about finishing my plate. What I've been doing is, I can't think, fixing, say, a serving or half a serving of, say grilled chicken. Like the Tyson grilled chicken that it's already cooked and you just heat it. You say it's like 3 ounces a serving. Okay, I'll fix 3 ounces and then be like, oh, I didn't finish it. How am I going to log this in my FitnessPal? And it's like, you just put in that you had a third a serving, but for me it's just like, but I needed that 26 grams of protein. I don't need 20 grams of protein. So finishing my plate has been something I've overcome the last 2 weeks. I've been meaning to make a video about it, but it was a struggle when I realized I was doing it. And my aunt was like, you know, and my mom especially, she was like, you know, you can just throw food away. And that's another thing, is I'm not okay with throwing food away. Like, we had those shrimp fajitas and nobody wanted the leftovers. So I made 2-ounce cups of shrimp fajita meat and ate on it for 4 days. Just because it was high protein and I didn't want to waste it. Like, I don't know. I've just got a lot to overcome mentally, and I'm overcoming it, some of it. Like, the being more satisfied with the small amounts of food, that one is harder. But not finishing my plate, once I was like, wow, I have a problem. I'm finishing my plate for no reason. I immediately put a stop to it, and it was fine. And not, and I'm still working on throwing food away. It's hard for me because I'm like, that's good food. I could eat that, you know. That has nothing to do with weight loss, or maybe it does. I don't know. That maybe, and it's not that I grew up like starving or anything. Obviously, it's because a lot of times when people are like that, it's because they grew up without. But it's not like that for me. It's just random. So anyway, that's pretty much the video. I wanted to talk more about but y'all get what I'm saying. Like I'm physically full, but my head is not satisfied. It wants to eat more. It wants to eat, you know, gluttony. Oh, that's one thing I left out. Getting full. I'm slowly figuring out what that means for me, being full. It's like I eat one bite too many and then I'm like, oh, I was full. But I'm not used to what full feels like. Before surgery, I ate till I was stuffed to the brim. I never ate till I was full. I ate till I was sick. And I enjoyed that. I did it over and over, and that's sick to think about. Like, that's disgusting, but that's how it was. So I'm having to learn what full feels like and what it feels like with a tiny tummy, because I'm figuring it out when I'm one bite too far. So I'm still learning, and that's the beauty of the journey. You have to learn as you go. So, thanks for watching. Follow me on MyFitnessPal to keep me accountable, because I do post everything religiously in there. You may see, like, if I eat half of something for a part of a snack and half of the other snack, I'll just log it as one thing. So don't think, I'm eating a lot at one time or whatever. So anyway, follow me on MyFitnessPal to keep me, I just said it, accountable. Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, everything. It's Thinning Haley. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'm really sorry about the length.